We'll come back to them. I'm going to move through these next two so we can get into our Q&A time. So challenge number 2, there's nothing new. We are stuck in a rut. What does that look like? It looks like you're asking the same 3 questions every retrospective. Does this sound familiar? What did we do well last time? What did we not do well that we can improve on? And is there anything holding us back? Does that sound like a daily stand-up to you? Or you've got the classic 4 L's, right? What did you like? What did you love? What did you learn? Or maybe you've got the mad, sad, glad. Every retrospective. What makes you mad? What makes you sad? What makes you glad? That gets old after a while. It becomes monotonous, and retrospectives lose that flavor that they often have. That can lead to people feeling like a retro is boring. Listen, if you feel like people are disengaged or you're losing your flow, ask the team, hey team, retrospectives, would you consider them boring? Or do you consider them exciting and lively and you never know what's going to happen? If you're brave, you can ask your team that and see what they think. Sometimes you say we're in a rut because we're not getting any ideas for improvement. I had a team one time, every retro. I mean, we're doing the best we can. The business has problems, but we're good. So how do you move a team from there into creative experiments for improvement? And the last one is no fresh thinking. And what I mean when I say fresh thinking is you keep hearing the same things over and over again. So they maybe bring up the same challenges, but nothing's really changing, nothing really new. We're all still the victim of that terrible policy. We all still have to do these things we don't like doing. Woe is us. That's a bad place to be, stuck in the nothing new rut. So how do you get out of that? Recognize variety is the spice of life, and you've got to spark something different. Now, this is my favorite and maybe most mischievous idea when I'm coaching people. And they say, look, everything's just the same. We're just, doing the same thing over and over and again. I say to them, that's your opportunity to really mix things up. When the team comes in, they should be surprised in your retros. Whoa, what are we doing? That's new. Listen, I know generally in business, we don't get surprised a lot, right? We have our plan, we have our goals, we have our annual performance objectives, we have our KPIs, and we make a plan and we do our plans. Use your retrospectives as a chance to surprise your team, engage them, throw something at them off the wall, delight them with a new opportunity to engage in activity that normally during business, right? We have business meetings, and business meetings perform according to schedule. Find a way to delight them. One of the ways you can do that, have fresh activities. There are so many places online, books you can read that you can find activities. One of the best ways I found is talk to other Scrum Masters or Agile coaches or people who lead retros and say, what are you doing for your retros? If they just say, mad, sad, glad every time, find someone else. There's people out there who are doing different things. Go find some of those things and try them with your team. Try it and find what works. I know sometimes when you're reading an activity about retrospectives, I know I felt this way, it can feel like, but if I try that and no one answers, it's going to bomb. And I don't want to have a terrible activity where no one talks. It's okay. I've had that happen to me before. I had a game. I was like, let's play this game. And I threw it out there and I was excited and the team went, meh. What do? You go, cool. Well, that game was fun. Next thing. And you move on and you don't let it ruin your retrospective. It's okay for you as a person leading a retro to try something new. Maybe it works. Hopefully it does. Maybe sometimes it doesn't resonate. If you feel like something's not resonating with the people, pack it up and move on. Don't feel stuck to press through something that the team is clearly not engaging with and not enjoying. And then I like this right here. Have a different perspective. And what do I mean by perspective? If you think about it, our teams most of the time spend their days looking at things a certain way. If they're a developer, they look at things the way a developer looks at things. If they're a tester, they look at things the way a tester does. If they're a volunteer raising money, they look at things the way a volunteer raising money looks at things. They all look at things through a certain perspective. It's our opportunity in the retrospective to shift that lens, to have them look at a common problem in an uncommon type of way. So how do you maybe change that perspective with your team? Couple of ideas for you here. Number one, what if you tried different roles? What if you asked one person on the team, let's say a developer, to wear the hat of a tester? I want you to conduct this retrospective, be a part of the retrospective like a tester would be. Raise a tester's concerns. and then have the testers act like developers, or vice versa. But you can have people mix up their roles and have them practice being in someone else's seat. Literally, you can have them switch seats, have them practice being in someone else's seat and speaking on their behalf. You're getting them to think about their problems with a different set of lenses. You can also change up your format, right? So normally I recommend teams follow the 5 phases of a retrospective. It's a nice curve, but maybe one time you totally throw them off. You totally say, we're going to spend this much time we're going to play a game for the first 15 minutes, and then we're going to do something else. Or maybe you say, we are going to watch this YouTube video for the first few minutes. But by shifting the way the meeting flows, people don't come in like zombies with their phones in front of them. Oh no, you're going to be doing the icebreaker first. I never liked the icebreaker. I'm just going to be on my phone. Mix it up on them. Don't let them, if it gets stale, don't let them think, I know what's going to happen. You're predictable. Oh no, let's not be predictable. Another one is different location. This is obviously nice when you're in a conference room. Move to a different conference room. Move to another part of the building. Do it outside. Whoa, that could change things. But we're often on Zoom. What do? You ask everyone to go get a different background. Hey, everyone, today we're going to do our retro at the beach. Everybody get a beach background. Hey, today we're doing a retrospective in the sewer. Everyone go get a sewer background for Zoom, and move the virtual location of your retrospective. Again, changing perspectives. Let's use the sewer retrospective. Imagine you have everyone change their picture to a sewer, and you say, team, there's problems with our team, but instead of trying to solve them at the team level, we're going to look at them from down in the sewer, look up and see if we can solve what's leaking from our team, or where's our challenges. Change that perspective with them, and they'll see things differently. Let me give you a coaching example. I was in coaches training, and we were in a large hall, and they said, here's what we want you to do. Coach your person and say, what's your problem? What are some solutions you see based on where we are? And so I remember when I got coached, I was in a coffee shop first, and I went, well, this coffee shop reminds me of my team. They're delivering like the people behind the counter. They have to deliver when they get paid. And then after 10 minutes, we moved to another portion of that room. And over there was some art. And so we moved over by the art, and they said, tell me about your problems that you're facing here by this art. And I said, well, this art reminds me, that we have these things that we look at, these artifacts, and just by changing where I was in the room, it changed the way I was thinking about my problems. So try changing your locations. I love this phrase, change your proximity to change your perspective. I got this one time. I was on the highway and I was right behind an 18-wheeler. You can't see very much when you're right behind an 18-wheeler. And then I slowed down and I was further away. I could see a lot. And then I sped up and I got right behind him again and I could see less. Do the same with your team. Zoom in down to the granular level and then tell them, okay, team, we're going to zoom out. Now from the 50,000 foot level, what do we see? And then we're going to zoom back in. Change your proximity to your challenges and enable your team to see things with a fresh set of eyes. So changing your perspective changes your experience. 2 ideas here. If you say, man, I need some more ideas for my retrospectives, I'm just stuck. If you haven't heard of RetroMat, go check it out, retromat.org. It automatically will generate for you retrospective ideas. Take those and modify them for your needs, but it's a great place to go for ideas. Also, Fun Retrospectives, another great resource, funretrospectives.com. Both are free and both have really good content that you can use to spice up your retrospectives. All right.